Hi, in this video I will teach you two things. One, how to find the value of a trig function with the degree less than 90, between 0 and 90. For example, how to find the value of sine 60, 45, or 30, tangent or cosine 60, 45, or 30. That's first. Second, how to find the value of trig function sine the degree is more than 90, for example, 1,000, or tangent 5,000. Okay, how to find the value of the sine function if the degree, the angle is greater than 90. Okay, start from the first. Oh, by the way, most of the time you can use your calculator to find this, but we still need to know the principle of it, right? Just like you need to know the principle of addition, multiplication, division, and then you can use calculator. So we need to know how to find this trig function, the value of it, and then we use calculator. And before you use calculator, make sure you check is in radian mode or degree mode. Okay. So yeah, that's very important. If you want to type degree, just type mode, change to degree. If you want to type radian, okay, just use radian. So first, if I ask you what is maybe cosine 30, all right. So usually we look at a right triangle. Okay. So 30 is here. Maybe it's 30, 60, and 90 here. So you have to remember SOHCAHTOA. So, ka, toa. Right? So what is SOHCAHTOA? So, in the right triangle, with a given angle here, the opposite side is here. So we call opposite side is opposite to the angle we talk about. If we refer to 60, then the opposite side is the base here. But if you look at the 30, this one, the opposite side is this one. Okay? And the adjacent is the angle next to 30. And hypotenuse is the longest side of the right triangle. So it's here. So means sine is the opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent means the opposite side over adjacent side. So you have to remember this. So if I ask you what is the value of sine 30, you know, because we look at the angle 30 degree. So cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So it's this side over this side. And you have to remember the ratio of this special right triangle. The 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, the ratio is 2 to 1 to root 3. Okay, 1 is opposite to 30, root 3 is opposite to 60, and 2 is hypotenuse. So cosine 30, that is the adjacent over hypotenuse. So it will be root 3 over 2. If I ask you tangent 60, alright, this time we look at this angle. So the opposite side is no longer here. When we look at this 60 here, the opposite side will be the bottom, the base here. The adjacent side is the height here. And SOHCAHTOA, that's TOA, the opposite over adjacent side. So the opposite side, which is here. So it will be root 3 over 1. Okay, another special right triangle is 45 degree, and 90 degree. So the ratio is 1 to 1 because it's 45, 45 is isosceles. The two sides has equal length, so the ratio is 1 to 1, and the hypotenuse is √2. Right. So if I ask you what is sine 45 degree, okay, you can choose on this one or this one. It doesn't matter because the opposite side is equal to adjacent side. If I use this, opposite is this, adjacent is this. This is hypotenuse. Sine is SOH, S-O-H. So that the opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite side is 1 over √2. Okay, hypotenuse is √2. So you can rationalize the denominator, become √2 over 2. So that's the value of sine 45. Sometimes you will only be given two sides, the length of two sides of the triangle. For example, I give you the right triangle. And I say, okay, I only give you two. Like this is 13, this is 5. This is 5. Okay? And this is theta, this is alpha. Maybe I say, can you give me the value of tangent alpha? Tangent alpha, when you took a look at the angle alpha, is here. The opposite side should be this one, opposite to alpha. The adjacent side is here, but we don't know the length of this side. However, we can use Pythagoras. We know, so in any right triangle, okay, the longest side square equal the sum of the other two sides squared, which is a squared equals b squared plus c squared. Okay. So in this triangle, if we don't know the length, we say maybe this is x. Okay, the adjacent side we call x. The longest side square equal the sum of the other two sides squared. So 5 squared plus x squared. That's 169 equals 25 plus x squared. X squared equals 144. X could be positive or negative 12, but the length of the triangle cannot be negative, so x is positive 12. So we know the adjacent side is 12. So I forgot my question. Maybe it's tangent. Okay, tangent alpha. So tangent SOHCAHTOA, T-O-A. So that will be opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. So opposite is 5 over adjacent is 12. So that'll be 5 over 12. Okay. So this is the first part. I give you an angle within 90 degrees. The second part, okay, if I give you a huge angle, right? For example, I give you 1,000 and 110, and then maybe it's sine. Okay, of course, I cannot draw a right triangle. I say, okay, this is 1,110 degrees. No, I cannot draw that. So how can we do? We need to follow the 4 steps. 4 steps. So let's have a look at the 4 steps. Okay, first, plus or minus 360 to make your angle within 0 to 360. Alright? So, minus 360. So that would be 750. Okay, and minus 360 again, because my purpose is make it within 0 to 360. So that would be 390, and then minus 360 again. So it's 30. Okay. So actually, if I want to find sine 1,110, it will equal sine 30. Why? Why? Because we call this coterminal. They should point at the same direction. Okay, point at the same direction. And then, well, well, you know how to find sine 30, right? Maybe I give you another example. Okay, maybe another example. Maybe 1020. Okay, this one is better. All right, sorry, this one's better. So you minus 360, you got 6. Okay, that's 300. Okay, so if I want to find cosine 1020 degree, actually that equals cosine 300. You minus 720. Okay, minus 360 two times. You minus 360 two times to get 300. So because they are coterminal, they point at the same direction. So the value of cosine will equal. So that's the first step, right? Minus or plus 360 and convert the angle into the range 0 to 360. Second, draw the angle on the xy plane. Remember, if the angle is positive, you rotate counterclockwise and start from the right hand side, start from here, right? 360, so 90, right? 180, so 290 give you 180, another 90, 270 now to here. And lastly, 270 you need 30 degree more, so here, this is 300, right? Because it's 90, 90, 90, another 30 give you the total 300. Okay, draw it on the xy plane and found the reference angle. What is reference angle? So look at your direction and found the angle with that direction with x-axis, right? The smaller angle, because this direction form an angle with x-axis. This x-axis. We have two sides. One side is here, the other side is here, but we choose the smaller one. So this one is the reference angle. The reference angle. What is it? Like I said, this is 630, so this one should be 60. Okay, why reference angle is important? Because when we look at cosine 300, it will equal to plus or positive or negative cosine its reference angle. So cosine 60. Okay, for example, if you draw the angle is this direction, then the reference angle will be here. Not here. No. If your direction is here, then the reference angle is here. Always with x-axis and smaller one. Okay, this is the second step. The third step, found the value of sine, cosine, and tangent of the reference angle. So you need to find the value of cosine 60. I already told you how to do that in our first part of the video. And the last part is determine the side. We need to only left one, the positive or negative. How to do it? We use the slogan we call all student take calculus. All means in this direction, sine, cosine, and tangent are all positive, right? Student means sine is positive, and the other two, cosine and tangent, are negative. T means tangent is positive, so sine and cosine negative. Last one, calculus means cosine is positive, sine and tangent are negative. So the slogan is all students take calculus, right? And this means this one is positive, the other two are negative. So S means sine positive, the other two are negative. So where is our angle? 300 point at that direction. So it's this. We look at this. Cosine should be positive. So we leave the positive sign. We remove the negative sign. Cosine 60. We'll look at this one, right? cosine 60. Look at this, right? Cosine 60. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. For 60, adjacent is this one. So that'll be 1 over 2. Okay, so that would be positive 1 over 2. That is cosine 60. That is also cosine 300. It's also cosine 1020 degree. Okay, this is how to find the trig value outside the range 0 and 90. This is so fun. Follow the 4 steps. You can do it. Okay. Okay, you can try to do another practice. For example, let me see. Maybe it's found tangent A70 degree. Okay, you can try to find the value of cosine A70 and use your calculator to check your answer. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know.